Yo, what's up, everybody? So it is Drummy, or you can call me Chris Drumheller, whichever you prefer. I'm the owner and operator of New Creation Landscape Services out of Denton, Texas, and today I am going to be talking to you guys. Yeah, y'all, right there, all of yous. Uh, Customer communication, okay, and not just any type, and not just any form of communication, okay, but a very specific kind of communication. And I'm talking about the communication that you don't hear. What happens when you don't hear from a customer? Is it a good thing, or is it a bad thing? I don't know. Stick around. But but tell me, I thought if you didn't hear back from customers, that's generally a good thing. Not always. Not always. Listen to what I have to say, and maybe, just maybe, you'll be able to actually apply some of the stuff in your own business. This is some advice that I've been given a lot. Because I battle with this like a lot of the times in the early stages of my business where I'd feel a little uneasy about certain things, and this would be after I'd take a customer's final check and I'd walk away from the job. There'd be a couple things that would eat me up a little bit. I'd lose some sleep over it. A week would go by, didn't hear from the customer. 2 weeks would go by, I wouldn't hear from the customer. A month, 2, 3 months would go by, and I would still yet to hear from the customer. Now, with that advice, the customer's happy, right? Because if you don't hear from the customer, then all is well. Wrong. But let me propose to you guys that just because you don't hear from a customer doesn't mean everything is good. I recently just drove by on one of the projects that I wrapped up last season, and after taking the final check upon completion of that project, I have yet to hear back from the customer. As I was actually driving out today, I got a wild hair, and I thought, you know what? I'm gonna drive by there. And so I did. When I drove by that project, immediately, right off the bat, I saw a few things that, in my mind, if I was a customer, that would have kind of preempted me to make a certain phone call, I was like, let me get out, I'm gonna walk around the property and see what I see. And lo and behold, I saw a few things. There were things that I could have done better. There were things that I did wrong. And there are definitely things that I need to make right. So then why hasn't the customer called me? In this particular situation, the homeowners, or the clients, I should say the clients actually, they don't live there. The house is vacant, it's empty. Their mother actually was the one that lived in the home that we did the work at, but she is getting up there in age, and so they decided to put her into a facility that cares for her 24/7 around the clock. And so the house sits vacant. Now, they wanted to invest some money into the landscape and also into the remodeling, general construction of their home because it's been neglected over the last 15 to 20 years, right? And so they trusted me. They called Drummy, right? Because who better to call? Duh, in the area, if you're in my area, you need to call Drummy. Needless to say, primarily that's the reason why one could argue that I have not heard from them is because nobody actually lives in the home. B, let me propose something to you. I was talking with, my lovely lady, my beautiful woman, my girlfriend. Her name is Caitlin, by the way. I asked her, like, why do I get the feeling that I come off as like I got it all figured out, Like I just rub people the wrong way, Why is that? Why is that, man? And this is what she told me. Why? Why do I feel like I rub people the wrong way, right? Well, you're confident. And I said, okay, that's a bad thing? If I'm a customer, if I'm a client, right, and I'm listening to me talk, and I'm confident, explain to me why then that is a problem. And she said, well, because of your confidence, this is what she said to me, okay? This is kind of hard to hear, and this may also be applicable to a lot of you guys who are watching this. So when you're overly confident, one of two things that people are going to think, okay, A, you're an incredibly good liar, or B, you mean what you say. Okay, and sometimes too much confidence, depending on your audience, depending on the person who you're trying to sell, okay, sell a product, sell a service, whatever it is, okay, depending on who that person is, they're going to view you as one of those two ways, okay? And I thought to myself, I was like, man, okay, well, I think you're onto something. So think about this, think about this. If you're overly confident, right, and you're confidently selling crap, and the customer gets that, how are they going to feel confident about giving you a call back, right, to fix something or to make something right? odds are you're probably not going to hear from them again, because what's the point? They ain't going to fight with you on that, because they ain't going to go nowhere, especially if you don't get contracts and you don't get agreements out there, signed signatures, insurance, any of that. And that's a whole nother ball game. That's a whole nother video, which I'll get there. Don't worry. I'll get there. All right. It really got me thinking, man. Like, because with this job, there's a lot of parties here because of the general construction, the roofing, the remodeling, the landscape, the hardscape, everything. There's so many things that went into this project that you just don't know. You just don't know. Everything could be wrong, but the customer's so dang busy and over their head that they're busy too. They're people, they get behind too, okay? And so just because you don't hear back from a customer, do not assume that things are well, okay? Do not assume that they're well, man. I don't. And so it is up to us, it is up to you, okay, to do your due diligence, to go first. Reach out to customers, send them quarterly, weekly, monthly, whatever it is that you feel like that you need to do in your business constructively to communicate properly to your customers. Let them know, hey, we're still here. We're still here. We still love you. We appreciate your business, but hey, is there anything that we could provide for you? Is there anything that we could make right for you? Go first. That's your job. So, just because you don't hear back from a customer, do not assume that everything is okay.